My next guest went through 7,000 photographs that were submitted to for people wanting to become the centerfold of Cosmopolitan, the nude one, Cosmopolitan magazine. She never even asked me for a snapshot. Right. But she has a new book coming out in the fall entitled Having It All. Please welcome Helen Gurley Brown. Wow, you're as beautiful as ever.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
dress.
Thank you.
My goodness. That's all little, what do they call those things?
Paillettes.
What is it?
Paillettes. P-A-I-L-E-T-T-E-S.
Oh, I thought they were sequins.
Either one.
Either one. You know, in Cosmo recently, you know I read Cosmo, you know, we've talked about that before. You had an article about the secret meeting of underwear. Yes, it stated that it was a real clue to erotic identity. Now, how is that a clue to erotic identity?
Well, if somebody is wearing asexual, unsexual underwear, it's quite obvious in men or women this underwear is boring, it's white, it's drab, it's probably made out of unsexual material like broadcloth, and it's too loose.
And that tells you something about the person. Either they don't care about sex or they just lost a lot of weight quickly.
Either one. If somebody's wearing that kind of underwear that has an exhausted look, it means that that person is not only asexual, but probably anti-sexual. It implies that he not only dislikes his own body, but all bodies. So you wouldn't want to fool around with somebody like that.
But wouldn't it be better if people like that wore it on the outside of their pants so you know it before you get started? Well, what makes a man's a man's underwear, you know, decent? I mean, what would you call decent?
Acceptable?
Yeah, acceptable, decent.
Well, it depends on the personality of the wearer. If a man is young and conservative, he probably prefers plain white jockey shorts. He would think that boxer shorts were too conservative. And taking all this in, are you? Boxer shorts would be kind of fuddy-duddy and old-fashioned. But of jockey shorts, there are two different kinds, and one is cut much below the navel. And if you if you have a nice flat body, a washboard tummy, that's the kind you probably would like.
Yeah.
But if you're a young mogul-to-be, a baby mogul, then you would probably like conservative white boxer shorts.
What about, you know, there's something men who are really like their bodies are sinking to their knees. What they can do, though, is wear any kind of underwear they want, but wear a fake navel right above it. What about men? There are men, I understand, men who wear no underwear. Now, what is a woman's reaction to a man who wears no underwear?
Well, some women think that's very thrilling. It turns them on, and other people think it's utterly disgusting. So you're kind of on your own. You can't tell. Some women feel that if he's not wearing underwear, there's just no there when they get there.
Well, what kind of underwear do most women like men to wear? I mean, what is the favorite? Like, in the women's opinion? Because men have their own. I mean, boxer shorts with the hearts on it, I think that went out in the 40s.
Well, probably colorful briefs, as long as he has a figure to go with them. And then some women are able to associate sex only with what their father or a first lover or a favorite lover wore. So it's hard to know what that is because you don't know who they were.
Yeah, well, I don't go for anyone in a diaper. Nowadays. Well, if women now... I think I better take a commercial break and think about what I just said. Yeah, then we'll come back. Yes, after this. Right at this. More underwear. Welcome back to The Tonight Show. We're here with Helen Gurley Brown. And tonight's discussion is underwear. Well, let's get to forget the men. Let's get to women. Now, color and thanks, ladies. Color has a lot to do with it. Like, if a woman wears just white underwear, What is that? What's the significance of that in her personality?
Not too many people, I think, have the courage to wear white underwear because it's supposed to be so innocent. But ecru and beige and ivory, those colors are very becoming. If you have a pale skin or a dark skin, it makes it look nice and rosy. So if you don't have the nerve to wear white because you're too experienced or too old, you can sort of wear ecru. That's the reigning color.
Or if you want to be weird, bloomers. Bloomers are... You don't have that word anymore, like, hey, I saw her bloomers on a clothesline. You don't have that. We used to go around the neighborhood and look at clotheslines and see bloomers. What a sick crowd we were. What about, now, fancy ladies under lace and all that?
Oh, well, any lady who's all decked out in lace thinks of herself as a very romantic heroine, and the way to her anatomy is probably through her heart. And you have to treat her very tenderly, or else there are going to be tantrums and tears. Anybody who comes rolling out in a pink, lacy piece of lingerie is telling you that she wants tender, loving care.
What about if a man comes rolling out in pink lacy?
He might be telling you the same thing. I think men would like to dress up in women's lingerie. It's so pretty. You know, we have all the...
I can only speak of one. Things. You know, as one of, what, 80-some million men, I never had the desire. Never. Let me take that back. Wait a minute. Sometimes I like to put it on my head, but this is personal.
Well, I don't mean because it's sexual, but just because it's so pretty, and you have to put up with all these boring, straight-tailored, no-nonsense things, and we get to wear all the pretty things. I shouldn't wonder you would get jealous sometimes.
No, we're coming out with new things now. We have the transparent ones.
That's
remember the edible? Remember edible underwear? I mean, what? In case you're on the road a long time, you can reach in your pants and eat. I don't understand it. Remember that? That's basic. Well, what about? Now, this happens to be my favorite. Other than red and black, I think, have always appealed to me. Red and black. Now, what are the significance of black and red underwear?
Well, black underwear is supposed to connote great sexiness and eroticism, but actually it may be just that somebody is quite practical because it doesn't show dirt. And, you know, it stays fresh looking for a long time. I think black is also favored by very thoughtful, intellectual women who take sex very seriously. And it also may be worn by women who get bored very easily with their lovers, with sexual positions, with places. They just want to try something new and erotic.
What about red?
Well, red is supposed to connote that the lady is very passionate, and probably that's true, but she also is jealous, and she likes scenes, and have to get used to crashing dishes and slamming doors, and so I guess you'd say you watch out.
And goats and whips and all the good things in life. Well, what about the significance now? Some are very colorful, have floral arrangements or little signs this way and, you know, whatever.
Well, that can mean that the woman is very delicately feminine or she's very blousy feminine. It depends on the size of the pattern. If it's a big balloon, she's probably a very full-blown lady. If it's a little balloon, she's a delicate little creature.
Yeah. And if it changes while she has it on, she's sick. We're going to take a break and come right back with more of The Tonight Show.